Hello and welcome to Wildkeepers Rising. This is all about monster taming. Yes, it's all about monster taming. It's all about bullet heaven. And it's all about becoming extremely strong and taming all of these incredible beasts. And these beasts are known as guardians. Yes, so the lore within the game dictates that guardians can be summoned only by Wildkeepers, and as you can quite clearly tell, there are a lot of enemies. There are a lot of enemies that we are going to, of course, have to fight. We have to fight these guys, right? If you want to check out the game, by the way, there is a link in the description. I would highly recommend it because there is a play test going on at the moment, and this is the alpha version of the game. You can get into the play test right now by going to the store page, and you can just click on the little request access button and you know, you'll get in. You should be able to get in at least, if this is of interest to you, of course. And what we're trying to do right now is, of course, we're trying to level up. We're trying to collect as many sigils as possible. And this little guy right here, Mr. Number 3, I don't actually know his proper name. Let me actually just see. His proper name is Smack, as you can see. And Smack is literally one of the most powerful... yeah, I don't want to go to the settings screen, thank you. Smack is one of the most powerful guardians that I have in my arsenal at the moment. I'm actually really surprised that he is, because it literally says in his description that he very clearly says he poops power-ups. Yes, he poops power-ups. That's what he does. And indeed he does. Yes, he does do exactly that. And what's funny about that is that he is literally the one thing that has kept me alive throughout this entire run. I'm actually very surprised, because I was thinking to myself, oh, I'm gonna die really fast here, because obviously this is an alpha. Like I said, this is an alpha, and so I thought, hey, you know what, we're gonna have some issues with this. You know, we're gonna have some issues, mostly because maybe the hitbox is going to be a little bit rough, or, you know, the dodging or whatever is going to be a little bit difficult to use, and so on and so forth. And to a certain extent, both of those things might be true. However, what I'm mostly talking about here is the hitboxes actually seem perfectly fine. However, the dodging, I think the dodge, or the dash, or whatever it is really known as in the game, could potentially use a little bit of tweaking. But again, this is indeed an alpha. Nothing you see here is of final quality or anything like that, so just bear that in mind. All damage received by the player is redirected to the Guardian. That sounds absolutely fantastic, but I'm actually going to be taking Thick Skin, and I'm going to be putting that on Ophelia, and she's hopefully going to be able to, you know, survive a little bit longer. And what we want to try to do is we want to try to rescue one of the Guardians, and that's exactly what I'm going to try to do here. Oh, unfortunately, this guy is doing some... Yeah, there we go. Each and every single one of these Guardians, by the way, has a special attack. As you can see, that guy is now using his special attack, and you can use those by pressing the number keys on your keyboard once they are charged up. And it's pretty easy to do. It is pretty easy to do, to use those things, and they all do different things, of course, and you can indeed choose different enemies, actually different allies, shall we say. For some reason I always say that. I don't know why I always say that, but yeah, anyway, you can choose different allies however you like, and then they can, you know, they will basically influence basically everything, you know, how you're going to play, and how your enemies are going to be dealt with, and so on and so forth. So we're just going to do an AoE here, and there's victory. There we go. We did it. So there it is. That was a run. There are multiple different areas and stages that you can choose. I'm going to show you the stage selection screen in just a moment. As you can see, we did get some rewards. We also got first victory rewards here. These are important. The currency is very important, because you're going to be able to level up really nicely here. There is a nice meta progression system even in the alpha. So you have sigils here. So you can see here that I can unlock Toxic Trail, which is one of these things that you can pick up from a chest. And these abilities are not only applied to your character. So not only applied to Ophelia or to Corin. You have two different characters that you can choose to play as, by the way. Ophelia is an archer, and Corin is a melee fighter. So, anyway, these abilities that you can gain from chests, they are equipable on anyone. On anyone you like. They're equipable on anyone. So equipable on any guardian, on yourself, on any guardian that you have under your control, and they all do a wide variety of different things. Chance to dodge increased by 30%. That actually sounds extremely, extremely powerful. Increased critical chance by 100% in a 6-meter radius. Heals in an area of 6 meters for 2 per second. Really, really powerful healing there. A copy of the Guardian appears, sharing health. That sounds really, really strong, actually. Let's take that one. Let's take that one. Why not? And then we have upgrades down here. So as you can see, there's a pretty significant amount of upgrades you could take. We have a load of different currencies. I unfortunately only have the ability to kind of level up these things, not that often, or not that much, at least. And for me personally, and I'm just going to give a little bit of feedback here, because I know that this is generally something I've talked about in the past in regards to a number of other games. Most specifically, I'm talking about, perks in a game that I know very well called Bannerlord. But yes, that's obviously not what we're talking about here today. But what I'm saying is, I personally would like to see something more impactful and more fun than just a flat percentage increase. But that is obviously just my perspective. These are maybe not meant to be super impactful, because the main thing that that is going to be impactful is going to be the things that you get from the chest, because as you've seen, they are really extremely exciting, because they are going to enable you to have copies of your guardians. They're going to enable you to have toxic trails behind you. They're going to enable you to do all kinds of really crazy stuff. So I really like that a great deal. What we're going to do is I'm going to spec into dodge. Oh, okay. It has an increasing cost. Oh, okay. all right. Okay, fine. Move speed, XP radius, XP bonus. Yeah, so we'll just go for all of this then, I guess, because we can. We have the ability to do that. And let's see, what else can we go for here? Well, we can go for 2% additional damage, 2% additional critical chance, and 10% increased critical bonus, which I suppose is relatively good. And then we can increase our health a little bit as well. So, as I say, I personally would like to see the upgrades be a little bit more fun, but the sigils are, in my opinion, where you're actually going to be finding the fun, to be honest, because you could see here, like, for example, the Shredder, a blade spins around, causing 10 damage. Cardinal arrows, shoot arrows up, down, left, and right for 20 damage. Ground spike, spikes appear from the ground. Toxic trail, and then you have extra health, armor, rejuvenation, regenerates health. Dodgy, chance to dodge increased by 30%. Thick skin, and so on, and so on, and so on. And there's a huge amount of these. And for me personally, I think the sigils are where the fun is going to be for the customization. And maybe the upgrades are more of a slight buffer before you find any of those chests. So I can understand that, maybe that's what the developers are wanting to go for there. Anyway, let's select a mission and see what we can do. So as you can see, I've already rescued Kira Boom. And so we can rescue Cole, or we can rescue Reza, or we can eliminate 4 infested mounds, or we can go and do this. Unfortunately, we can't do that just yet, because as you can see, unlocked when Cole is rescued. You can even defeat the boss, unlocked when the bridges are cleared. So you have to survive for 20 minutes. That's basically what that is. And then there's a bunch of other things as well. So let's rescue Cole, shall we? Shall we try and rescue Cole? Shall we try and eliminate these guys? I don't actually know. Because basically every single one of these has some specific reward associated with them. And then you're also going to be having to collect additional guardians immediately. So as you can see, I didn't have any guardians with me this time, so I have to start again, and we have to go for potentially a completely different setup. And shall we go for Kira Boom? I think we'll go for Kira Boom, because Angry Cat that will scratch monsters for lots of damage. I mean, to be fair, if they are Cardassians, then I'm sure that she's going to do an absolutely fantastic job. So let's do that. There we go. Come on now. Let's murder. Let's murder. But yes, the dodge is something that I am not really very happy with, unfortunately. I love the fact that you can summon all of these incredible guardians that have extremely cool designs, by the way. They really do. They have great, great designs. Unfortunately, the dash is not great, I gotta say. Magical shooter with a mesmerizing tail. Let's go for that guy. Why not? That sounds pretty fun. But yeah, the dash, as I say, is very short range. I'm not sure whether I'm just using it incorrectly. That's probably the case. I mean, look at that. That's the dash. Did you see that right there? That is the dash. I'm not sure if it actually provides us with any invulnerability. I think it does. I think it does provide us with some invulnerability frames, which is obviously the main reason why you want to have a dash. But for me personally, it feels like it is a bit too short. But that is, as I say, maybe just my perspective on that. Yeah, but as you can see, I'm actually dying. I am actually dying right here. And the main reason why I'm dying is what? Why am I dying? Why am I dying here? My main reason for dying is probably because I don't have smack. Yes, it's probably because I don't have smack with me. As I said to you in the previous run, smack kept me alive. He literally kept me alive. And I am extremely surprised about that. Okay, blood sacrifice. Here we go. Let's actually put that over to Gramp. So basically every single bit of damage I take now is redirected to Gramp. So I now no longer need to worry about dying, which is fantastic. Oh, unfortunate. Okay, I kind of want to re-roll this because I want to get smack. There's smack. Absolutely fantastic. There we go. Now he's going to poop all kinds of power-ups, and hopefully I'll be able to, yes, heal myself up. Hopefully I will be able to do that, and then I can remove the redirect relatively soon. As you can see, there we go. I am now healing myself. There we are. Yes, and now I'm full HP. You see exactly what I'm talking about? It's actually crazy good how Smack is so powerful. He is just so incredibly strong. I'm actually really surprised about that, but yeah. Anyway, what we need to do now is we need to survive until 5 minutes. I've already gotten all of my guardians. You can only have 4 at any one time. And my best course of action, I suppose, right now, is to try and kill as many enemies as I can. Funnily enough, my guardians are actually killing things much faster than they were beforehand, so it feels to me like we are much stronger this time around. Ah, here we go. We found another chest. Okay, this is great. Ah, this is good. Oh, I love entanglement. I love entanglement so much. Okay, we are gonna actually put this over on to Spliz, I think. Can we? There we go. Okay. There we are. Okay, so now we've got 2 Spliz peoples. So they are going to absolutely murder everything because they're actually doing a lot of damage as it is. And by the way, you don't have to worry about picking up experience. If a Guardian kills an opponent and they run over the experience orb, they're going to collect that experience orb. So you don't actually have to go and get it yourself, which I was initially rather worried about. But no. The developers have thought of that, so you don't have to worry about it at all. And I really like that. That is a fantastic, fantastic thing. Because I would absolutely hate having to run over and actually pick up, what I need. Yeah, so thick skin is probably going to be extremely important for us here. I'm actually going to give that to Gramp because he is then going to take 30% less damage in total. And if I take damage, he's going to be taking 30% less damage from that. Is that true? I actually have no idea, but he's the tank right here, so I'm going to try to make him as beefy as possible. Yes. So, because I have this blood sacrifice power-up now, or this blood sacrifice sigil, I now effectively have transformed Ophelia into a character that has absolute insane HP and survivability. And I gotta say, I love that. I love the way that they have done that. I think that is so incredibly cool. I think that is extremely, extremely cool. And that's kind of what we want, isn't it? That's kind of what we want. We want to create these crazy builds. We want to create builds that make us feel powerful, that make us feel satisfied with the gameplay. And, well, this one definitely does. This is absolutely great. This is so, so fun because we now have an absolute insane time here. And Smack is just giving me so many power-ups. And so it's so funny. Smack, I don't even know how Smack is even doing this, but he's single-handedly carrying this entire run, like he was beforehand. Every single time I've been in a run and he's been present on my team, I have had the best time. He is a great guardian, and he doesn't even do anything. He doesn't even attack. That's the funny thing about him. He doesn't even attack. It's really funny. I think he has very limited attack. Let me actually just see here. How much damage does he actually do? No, he does do damage. He does 10 damage. What is his range? His range is... doesn't actually say. I can't really tell what his range is right there. But as you can see, it says 0 DPS. So in other words, he's literally done 0 DPS. Spliz is level 2 already, as you can see. So that's actually really good. I'm not sure why hitting escape takes me to the settings menu. But, well, whatever the case, it's fine. It's in alpha. Like I said, it's in alpha. And now these guys, they might be a bit problematic. But actually, no. Look at that. They just got absolutely murdered. Instantaneously. They just got murdered. And Cole is going to appear in 45 seconds, so let's keep an eye out for that. I'm just going to try and pick up as many sigils as possible, because as we know, we do need a huge amount of those now. We need 25 every single time we want to upgrade our stats. Thankfully, that whenever we complete a level, we are going to be gaining a shard or something like that, like a purple shard or something. I actually don't know what it's called in the game, but that shard is going to enable me to unlock more sigils, and that's where the fun is. Oh yeah, that is where the fun is. Absolutely, 100%. And I cannot wait to get more of those. Okay, I think aggro radius might actually be kind of fun. I think battle prowess for all of us might have been good actually as well. That might have been a better thing for me to take. But I think we're pretty cool here. I think we're pretty fine. And we're otherwise going to see Cole in just a second. There he is. Okay, let's go down and try and get him. I'm kind of hoping that Gramp is going to be healing himself with Smack's power-ups, because Smack actually leaves power-ups behind him, obviously, as you might expect. Okay, there we go. Robust Constitution for Gramp here. And Spliz is actually taking massive damage right now, which is really bad. They do have a respawn rate, by the way. They do have a respawn rate, so if they do get eliminated, they will be back in about a minute or so. So that's something to bear in mind. Anyway, here's my special ability. Spliz's special ability is to stun everything on the screen, as you can quite clearly tell. And everyone else... oh, we just murdered everything. I don't even know what happened. Okay, there we go. Whew. Yeah, so apparently Kira Boom is, as you might expect, an exploding character, and she exploded on everyone and did massive damage. But yeah, as you can see, we actually did the most damage. Ophelia did 14,000, Spliz did 7,500, and then you have Kira Boom and Gramp, and as you see, yes, as I said to you, Smack does no damage whatsoever, but do not let that fool you. Smack is one of the most powerful, if not the most powerful Guardian in the entire game. And I'm saying that, okay? I'm saying that with my full chest, because he is just so good. He is just so incredibly good, in my opinion. And yeah, so I could potentially now get this, chance to dodge increased by 30%, and that would be insane to get. I could also get this, heals in an area of 6 meters for 2 seconds. Let's get that, why not? Let's try to increase our overall survivability for everyone involved. And then we could also get some regeneration, so I'm now going to be regenerating HP, 0.2 every second, which is pretty nice. And I can also get fire and poison damage increase, so I might as well do that too. And there we have it. And yeah, so this is Wildkeepers Rising. There is a link in the description if you want to check it out. As I say, there is a playtest going on at the moment. And as I said, it's a creature collector. It's a creature collector where you go into a run, you make builds that are absolutely crazy cool, and you can customize your guardians and your character however you like, and you can indeed change between Ophelia and Corin whenever you want. And he has a sword and she has a bow, and well, that's pretty self-explanatory, isn't it? But I actually very much appreciate the aesthetic of the game as well. I think the graphics are actually extremely charming, and otherwise, check it out. If you don't want to, play the playtest or do anything like that, then just add it to your Steam wishlist if you're interested. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.